So if you follow the work of Forks Over Knives, Mastering Diabetes, or even our Diabetes 180 program, you've probably seen the traffic light system. It's a visual guide on foods to avoid, foods to include in moderation in your diet, and foods that you can eat in abundance. It's a great way to basically shop to reverse diabetes and insulin resistance. But inevitably, whenever I share these certain food items with people, they have questions. They want to know why this item or that item is in the green or red or yellow zone. So what we're going to do is go through Walmart together, and as we ride through Walmart, we're going to traffic light the foods that cause the most, I guess, questions. People want to know why they are where they are in their traffic light system to reverse diabetes. So why are potatoes, which are considered starchy vegetables, in the green section? I'm sure your doctor told you to stop eating starchy vegetables if you were diagnosed with diabetes. Why potatoes are in the green section are because potatoes are filled with fiber, water, other phytonutrients, micronutrients that are good for us. And because it is minimally or not non-processed, I should say, it does not lead to sugar spikes as long as you're following the traffic light system of lowering your fat to make your body more tolerant to natural whole foods like potatoes. So starchy vegetables are all green as long as you're following the traffic light system. So what about avocados? Why are avocados in the yellow zone of the traffic light system? The reason why avocados are in the yellow zone are because if you're including high-fat plant foods in your diet in abundance, then it's going to make it hard to get to the target of 10 to 15%, which has been proven to reverse insulin resistance. So if your target range for fat is 10 to 15% to reverse insulin resistance, it's going to make it very hard to eat a lot of avocados and other fatty plant foods. So that's why it's in the yellow zone. You can have it, but only in moderation. So tofu poses the same problem. It's not that it's unhealthy in itself, but tofu, like other plant sources of fat, when eaten in abundance, can make it hard to keep at 10 to 15% of your total daily calories. So tofu is okay, you could have it, but only in moderation. Yeah. About fruit juices. So the problem with fruit juices is that they're processed, too processed and refined to have normalized blood sugar levels. Some people have no problem with them, but depending on your level of insulin resistance, you can have problems with juices because they are refined. It's better to eat fruit in its natural state. So if you're having oranges, it's better than orange juice, right? Apples are better than apple juice because when you refine them, you strip away the fiber and many of the phytonutrients that slows down their absorption. So they're in the yellow zone, not the green. So when you're choosing whole grains, you want to think about degree of processing. So brown rice obviously is a lot better than white rice. That's why it's in the green. White rice is in the red. Quinoa is better, than other processed or refined grains because it's minimally processed. So whole grains that are minimally processed are in the green zone, and because they are minimally processed, they're slower to break down and lead to blood sugar spikes, the problem you have with refined grains. Another great example of this is oatmeal. A lot of people experience blood sugar spikes when eating old-fashioned oats or quick oats. But if they try steel-cut oats or oat groats, there's no problem because it's less refined. That's why the less refined or minimally refined whole grains are green. You can eat them in abundance. Decided to leave these last two examples for last because they're the hardest to explain and sometimes most controversial. Why is extra virgin olive oil in the red zone? Well, if you've been following the trend to reverse insulin resistance, which is the root cause of diabetes, type 2 diabetes, and also for those who suffer type 1 diabetes, they also can have insulin resistance. And if you look at all other metabolic dysfunctions like hypertension, high cholesterol, it makes it very hard to reverse these diseases when you're including foods that are high in fat. And extra virgin olive oil is essentially purely fat. So leave it out of your diet. It's in the red zone for a reason. If you want the health benefits of olives, just eat the olives. And then we have natural sweeteners like stevia and monk fruit, something that honestly my wife and I, we use from time to time. Now, if you are using this in your diet program, I'm not going to discourage you. This is kind of debatable. You know, there are some who can tolerate it without a problem. But if you're struggling with weight loss or getting your blood sugars normalized and you're including these in your diet, it may be time to start minimizing or eliminating them. Because studies have shown that when you're adding natural sweeteners, which are definitely better than artificial sweeteners, but when you're adding even these natural sweeteners in your diet, you can have blood sugar spikes later on in the day. They may not affect you right away, but they have a latent response for some people. So it's in the red zone, debatably yellow, depending on where you are on the health spectrum of insulin resistance. So hopefully that walk through Walmart was helpful to help you understand why certain food items are where they are in the traffic light system, whether in the green, yellow, or red zone. But if you still have questions, you want to know if there's certain food items where they fall in the traffic light system, then let us know in the comment section and I'll be happy to help out. And as always, if you're looking for coaching support, check the link in the description section for free consultation. And as always, beloved, I pray above all things that you may prosper and be in good health even as your soul prospers. See you next week.